he claimed it, they said he is blaspheming. For here is a man, and the man dares to claim he is God. The 10th of John. And he said, is it not written in your law, I say ye gods, sons of the Most High? If he called them gods to whom the word of God came, do you say of the one that he anointed and saved to the world that he is blaspheming? Do you know any greater claim in the world than for a man to identify himself as God and walk as though he were? And not be ashamed to admit it? He doesn't go bragging about it, but he knows in his heart he is one with God. For if his imagination is God and he imagines, well then that's God. And if he imagines to say that it comes to pass, then he knows the creative power is God. He doesn't have to brag about it and boast about it, but he doesn't have to hide it either. He doesn't have to bury it and be ashamed of it. He speaks in an noble state because he's one with God. But let everyone take that attitude and the world will change. Not be beaten, but you can take the whole vast world that feel themselves slaves. Give them the world, they'll want to gain tomorrow. Let the man have self-respect, you can give him all the money in the world and it means nothing. That goes for the individual, it goes for a family, it goes for a race of people, it goes for a nation. Just our late President Hoover said, the rise and fall of ideas will determine the rise and fall of men, the rise and fall of nations, the rise and fall of communities. So tell me the idea that the community entertains over itself, I'll tell you that community. But now change that idea of itself and you'll change that community. That a family feels important to itself. It doesn't have to have a background. Who has a background? So you go back far enough and almost everyone who now claims importance would be ashamed of that background. So don't go back, start just where you are. And don't pay anyone to look at a family tree because you're going to fail and forget it. Just all of a sudden start right now and assume the dignity that is God. That's what your real background is, God. And so assume it. And then walk in that assumption, and if you have children, I hope you do, well then, instill that into the child. Instill it into all in the environment, and have them feel important. I have no background judged by human standards. Are they intellectual, financial, or these things? We made it. But Mother instilled in us. When we did something of which she was ashamed, she would say, well, have you forgotten that you are a Goddard? Well, we didn't know. That must be very important. Because Mother says, have you forgotten that you are a Goddard? Well, I never heard that we ever had any background. But all of a sudden, you began to feel you must be important. So Mother instilled it into our mind, God. She made the name important. So today it is important where we are. In the business sense, in every sense, it is important. But Mother did that. She married a man who had no background and took his name. But she made it important. All right? Who has any background? For as I am concerned, I refuse to accept the aristocracy of any being in this world other than the aristocracy of the Spirit. What is an aristocracy? Give me the aristocracy of the Spirit, but don't come to me with any physical descent. I'm not an animal. I'm not a horse. We develop it by one horse after the other. I'm God.